Adding music to audiobooks. Every so often someone asks about adding music to the audiobook they're producing. We'll dig into it in this issue of Stuart's Audacity Tips. This is a very concise edition of SAT, but it's a question that gets revisited on a regular basis. The perfect sort of tip to share. As always, feel free to do so. The last edition of SAT was a pretty quick tip. This one is even quicker. If you want to add music to an audiobook, here's everything you need to know. Don't. Seriously. Trust me. Can't take my word for it? Here are the reasons to avoid music in audiobooks. 1. Audiobook listeners don't like it. 2. Audiobooks are the audio equivalent of reading. The consumer is the one who builds the scene in their head, including all the sounds except the words being read, which aren't actually sounds in the story except for dialogue. Adding music takes away from that picture. 3. Listeners sometimes speed up playback to move through a book more quickly. Background music becomes ridiculous, even if it's pitch corrected. 4. Trying to find enough music to back hours and hours of audiobook is difficult, and repeated music becomes an annoyance. And 5. If all that isn't enough, here's probably the biggest reason. You don't have the rights to use the music in that way. Even if you bought royalty-free music, the correct mechanical rights, that's a term of art, may not be included. Unless you're an expert on music licensing or you have one on your payroll, you're opening yourself to liability. So, don't use music in audiobooks, okay? Good. Now, there are legitimate times you might want to use music in a VO project, and Audacity can help. We'll look at that a bit next time. Hope this helps. I'm Stuart.